thought the battle was over, but destiny had only turned the page. The king listened to Flavius in silence.
I was really worried for you, my lord, but thanks to God that you're safe.
When Flavius finished speaking, the great hall grew quiet. Then the king rose from his throne. His voice echoed through the stone chamber. The king said,
"Tonight, you did not just defend these walls. You defended the soul of this kingdom."
The court watched a servant step forward. In his hand rested a gift in a tray. The gift was a sword finely forged, balanced, and sharp enough to reflect the torchlight like liquid silver. The king said for Flavius,
Finally, the time has come to reclaim what is ours.
The king placed the sword in Flavius's hands, then said,
You stood alone and made an army retreat. From this day forward, you carry not just steel, but responsibility.
The hall erupted in respectful silence. Flavius bowed, not as a fearful knight, but as a man who had found his spine. Yet the king was not finished. The king said,
There is another task, one that requires courage beyond these walls.
The king spoke of a distant land. A master swordsmith lived there, unmatched in skill and sworn enemy to this kingdom. Long ago, loyalty had turned to hatred, but the sword he had forged belonged to the king, a blade promised, but never delivered. The king said,
I need that sword, and I need someone who will not break under pressure.
The room waited. Flavius stepped forward.
I can do this for my lord.
No hesitation, no fear, only resolve. Before he went, the king gave instructions for the dangerous journey, because the king was soft-hearted and generous to his people and his commanders like Flavius. The king said,
The swordsmith lives in the enemy's territory, so should take care of yourself.
By dawn, Flavius mounted his horse, took his soldiers, they rode beside him, the gates opened, and the journey began. The road was strangely quiet, no ambush, no storm, no men, as if fate itself was holding its breath. By the next day they arrived. The swordsmith stood waiting. He was old, sharp-eyed, and unreadable. The swordsmith said calmly,
I was told you would come. A knight named Flavius.
There was a little conversation between them. The swordsmith said,
My hands shape steel into a warrior's soul.
The swordsmith, without resistance, handed over the blade. It was beautiful, deadly, and perfect. The swordsmith said,
May your return be safe.
Flavius bowed in gratitude. They turned back toward home.
Let's go! We have a long journey!
But destiny was not done. On the road, steel glimmered ahead. A patrol, armored soldiers guarded the path. At their center stood a dark knight commander. His armor was black, his helmet crowned with dark feathers. He raised a hand as the death raised his hand.
Halt! Halt!
Flavius commanded his soldiers to stop by raising his hand. Flavius dismounted with no fear in his eyes and said,
I am Flavius. I travel on royal duty.
The knight commander smiled, a slow, cold smile. Then knight commander said,
I don't know a knight named Flavius, and what the hell royal shit you're doing here?
He started moving towards Flavius. Flavius was feeling as death was coming towards him. To his soldiers he said,
No one attacks. He is my victim.
Then his gaze locked onto Flavius. Flavius asked,
And who might you be?
The knight straightened like a storm. He said,
My name is Kratos.
The name struck like thunder. Flavius's breath caught. Kratos was no common knight. He was known across regions as the deadliest knight for fury, strength, and merciless victories. The black armor was not decoration. It was a warning, Flavius said firmly.
I carry the king's business. If I do not return, there will be consequences.
Kratos laughed. With cruel sound, he said,
You? A coward knight, Flavius?
His eyes flicked to the red plumes.
I wonder how someone like you earned that helmet.
Flavius smiled, then replied,
I defended my castle, and I protected my king.
Kratos tilted his head and he said,
Then why the hell do you tremble before me?
Something ignited. Flavius's smile faded. His hand reached for his sword. Steel slid free from the scabbard. The air changed. Kratos smiled and his eyes gleamed. At that moment, two destinies collided.
You're going to face your death. Your ass, Coronel.
The clash was inevitable.